It's minus 40 degrees outside. No heater, no jacket made in a factory, no blanket from a store, just you, your bare skin, and a world trying to kill you every single night. And yet, humans survived this for over 100,000 years. Before fleece, before central heating, before anyone had even invented a zipper. So here's the question that should completely break your brain. How did ancient humans not freeze to death? Stay till the end, because the last part of this story will completely change how you think about your ancestors, and maybe even about yourself. Let's go back, way back. Imagine you're standing in an open field, tens of thousands of years ago. The sun just went down. The temperature is dropping fast. You have no app to check the weather. No fire started yet. Just you and the cold creeping in like a slow, silent predator. Your first instinct would probably be panic. But the humans who lived back then weren't panicking. They were prepared. And the secret wasn't one trick. It was a whole toolkit of survival tricks stacked on top of each other. Like armor built piece by piece. The first piece? Fire. Not the cute campfire you roast marshmallows on. Real, life-saving fire. Ancient humans learned to keep flames alive for hours, sometimes all night, taking turns feeding it like a newborn that needed constant care. That fire wasn't just for warmth. It kept predators away, cooked food, and turned a deadly night into something survivable. But fire alone wasn't enough, because the second the flames died down, the cold would come right back. So they needed something fire couldn't give them, a second skin. And that's where it gets wild. Ancient humans didn't just wear animal fur like a costume. They engineered it. They scraped hides clean, softened them, and stitched them together using bone needles and threads made from sinew. Basically, nature's thread. Picture sitting in near total darkness, fingers freezing, carefully sewing together a coat that could mean the difference between living and dying by morning. No mistakes allowed. And once that coat was on, they were basically wearing a survival suit better than half the cheap jackets sold today. But here's where it gets even crazier. Shelter. You'd think they just hid in caves and called it a day, but many didn't even have caves nearby. So what did they do? They built. Using branches, mammoth bones, and animal skins, they constructed shelters from scratch. Small, insulated, wind-blocking domes that trapped body heat inside like a natural sleeping bag, made for an entire family. Now, picture this. A family huddled together inside one of these shelters. Bodies pressed close. Fire glowing just outside the entrance. Wind howling like it's furious it can't get in. And inside, warmth, safety, survival. This wasn't luck. This was strategy passed down through generations. Tested, failed, improved, and tested again. And here's a detail that'll really mess with your head. Scientists believe ancient humans didn't just endure the cold. Some groups thrived in it. Areas covered in snow for most of the year were still home to thriving communities. Hunting, raising children, telling stories around the fire just like we do today, just with way higher stakes. Every single freezing night was a test. Fail it, and there's no second chance. No hospital, no emergency blanket delivery, just nature, brutal and unforgiving. So when you put on a hoodie because it's a little chilly, remember, your ancestors faced temperatures that could kill in hours, armed with nothing but fire, fur, teamwork, and pure stubborn human will to survive. And here's the powerful part, the part that should stick with you long after this video ends. Ancient humans didn't survive the cold because they were stronger than the world around them. They survived because they adapted. They problem solved. They worked together instead of facing the danger alone. Every stitch in that fur coat, every log added to the fire, every shelter built by hand. It was never about brute strength. It was about thinking, adjusting, and never giving up. And that exact same instinct still lives inside you today. Every time you face something that feels impossible and figure out a way through it, you're doing exactly what kept your ancestors alive for over 100,000 winters. So no, ancient humans didn't have central heating, but they had something even more powerful. They had the will to adapt and eat. And that's the real reason humanity never froze out of existence.